a strange object trapped between Saturn and Uranus is transforming before our eyes. According to Space.com, Keith Cooper, a distant comet trapped in orbit between Saturn and Uranus is accompanied by a transforming disk of icy dust, new observations reveal. So it's trapped there. The thing is, what happens if it's untrapped? Where will it head to? A bizarre object that sometimes gets as close to the Sun as Saturn and other times retreats as far as Uranus has been discovered to have a transforming disk of dust around it that changes shape and can even mimic rings. Minor planet 2060 Chiron is what's known as a centaur, which are captured cometary objects, and they're huge, by the way. These comets are huge. They're huge cometary objects that travel around the Sun in looping orbits between Jupiter and Neptune. Chiron is just 218 kilometers, that's 135 miles across, which is huge, and occasionally has outbursts like a comet. To date, however, no spacecraft has ever visited a centaur. In 2011, Chiron passed in front of a faint star from our point of view here on Earth. Such events are referred to as stellar occultations, and based on how an object such as Chiron blocks a star's light, the occulting object's shape and size can be determined through deduction. During the 2011 occultation, it was noticed that the star's light dimmed slightly twice before Chiron itself occulted the star, and two further times after Chiron had moved past the star. This observation was interpreted as Chiron having a double ring system of dust. Then Chiron occulted another star, November 28, 2018, in an event taken advantage of by Amanda Sikafus, who is a senior scientist at Planetary Science Institution in Tucson, Arizona. Because Chiron's shadow cast by the star is so small, it crossed only a narrow region of the Earth, clipping southern Africa. Sikafus therefore led a team who used the 1.9 meter, that 6.2 foot telescope at the South African Astronomical Observatory in Sutherland, South Africa, to observe the occultation. The results, published exactly 5 years later, tell a significant different story to 2011. We detected dips in the starlight as it was blocked by Chiron's nucleus, as well as by material located between 300 and 400 kilometers on either side, Sikafus said. Specifically, as Chiron moved over the star, Sikafus's team observed dips in starlight produced by dusty material at radii of 352, 344, and 316 kilometers from the center of Chiron. In other words, that was between about 100 to 130 kilometers above the centaur surface, that's 60 to 80 miles above the centaur surface. After Chiron had moved away from the star, the scientists then witnessed two further dips at 357, 364 kilometers from Chiron's center. If Chiron had only two stable rings, one would expect just two pairs of symmetrical dips in light on either side of Chiron. The anomalous third dip on one side of the centaur is evidence that the situation is not so clear-cut. Furthermore, the dips caused by the mystery material seemingly occurred tens of kilometers away from the location of the rings as measured in 2011, although they do not fall within the margin of error of 2011 observations. The magnitude of the dips in starlight caused by the material, however, is also different. The locations and amounts of material that were detected around Chiron are different enough from previous observations to suggest that there is not a stable ring system, but rather surrounding material that is currently evolving, said Sikafus. Another stellar occultation by Chiron, December 15, 2022, was observed at the Comet Astronomical Observatory in Egypt by a team led by José Luis Ortiz of the Institute of Spain. They found the material around Chiron had changed again, detecting three symmetrical structures on either side of Chiron. Two of the features are narrow and one is broad, and that together they seem to form a wide disk, 580 kilometers, that's 360 miles across. The origin and composition of this material around Chiron remains unknown, although the likelihood is that it comes from Chiron itself, perhaps blasted into space by cometary outbursts such as those witnessed in the summer of 2021, when Chiron brightened by 0.6 magnitude. For context, a magnitude 0 object is 100 times brighter than magnitude 5 object in this brightness system. Another centaur, the 250 kilometer, that's 160 miles wide, Chiron, was also previously shown to have rings during a stellar occultation in 2013, and confirmed during another stellar occultation witnessed by the James Webb Space Telescope, October 18, 2022. The James Webb Telescope even detected water ice on Chiron. However, the findings at Chiron call into question the nature of the structures around Chiron too. Occultations of faint stars by Chiron happen fairly regularly, and future observations now have a challenge on their hands to explain what is happening around the distant, apparently morphing centaur. This result was published in the Planetary Science Journal. This originally was on science.com, and it's on Live Science by Keith Cooper. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.